Miss Katie regrets. The story of the blue-rinsed transvestite, the provo in the fawn Lacoste sweater, and the government minister started off with just a little splash of pee-pee and a couple of shots on a clammy June night in the summer of 2005. It's Chucky or Ducky time, Mr. McMenamin. It was all very East LA in a low-life Woma, west of M50 to you, that is, sort of way. Nothing to get excited about. Let them kill one another. At least that's what the other lawmen like to say in the day room. Though myself and Squirrel didn't really buy into that sort of bullshit, because when the drug retailers started topping one another out in the suburban bantustans of Dublin, it was suddenly Columbia meets the quiet man. Only there was no one saying top of the morning to anyone anymore. The killie this particular night in June didn't see the witness to his murder because she was scouring behind a big yellow builder skip. Skippy skips, we fill, you empty. With her drawers around her ankles. It would all end up down a cyber cul-de-sac at kissmyass.com. Catherine James was just minding her own business, wheeling home after a wild night in the town with the girls when her bladder gave out. Now no one likes to hear menacing male voices late at night, and especially Northern Irish ones. So Catherine James just pressed her little blonde head back against the yellow skip and cut the operation short. With her head as low as a Lauren Catholic, as my scaredy-cat father used to say, she closed her eyes and wished it would all go away. She didn't budge a millimetre, even when 3 shots rang out from the big black Walter, a sound that would have made most men incontinent permanently, which was where we came in. It was Squirrel who took the call that night. The sincere blue bulldog eyes and droopy ginger moustache looked over the phone at me. The tall, thin frame was crammed into a traumatised grey suit that was short at the ankles and tight at the elbows. Squirrel's long, lean face was chomping on a piece of pizza we had picked up from Mario's on the way home from sorting out a round of Bob and Harris Cross. I was flicking through stuff from the Ireland Properties case, the one I had in the background, helped set in motion with old documents from the 1970s. I should have been prepping myself for the trial of the decade, but I was really going over the separation papers that had arrived in the post that morning. Unhappy differences have arisen. All that kind of legal bollocksology. Squirrel nodded at me, brushing pizza crumbs from his red moustache. There's been a shooting behind Rathmines Barracks. Anyone we know? Squirrel glanced around him, then looked me straight in the eye. Larry McMenamin, you're not serious. Do I look like I'm joking? Come on, Barrett, let's see what's left of the poor bastard. I had just enough time to stuff the separation papers in my inside pocket and check my gun. The quality were stumbling out of the little Thai restaurant on the Rathgar Road as we zoomed past. Any other night we might have amused ourselves with them, but we just carried on for the barracks. All we knew at that stage was that someone had heard shouts, a northern accent, then shots. Maybe some unemployed provo doing an Ixer. Maybe. A couple of young soldiers were standing around the skip with their mouths hanging open. Squirrel, all 6'2" of him, in his shirt, tie and suit, was the first out of the car. The little army boy straightened up respectively. I'm Detective Murray. Anyone know the story here?